It's Monday, June 11, 2007. There are just 513 days left until the 2008 presidential elections.
It's noon here in New York, 9 a.m. on the West Coast.
I'm Rob.
I'm Will.
This is Political Lunch.
Welcome back to Political Lunch. This week, it ain't easy being Iowa. Just a few days after the national spotlight lit up New Hampshire, the headlines are all about the continuing woes for the other first-in-the-nation primary state.
Once the bellwether, Iowa is now getting continued bad news with two of the three frontrunners from the GOP campaigns bowing out. Furthermore, Senator Clinton now says that she may also skip the caucus altogether. More on this from Time.com.
So Rudy Giuliani and John McCain have said they'll take a pass on the Ames straw poll in August. This is basically a tradition-heavy GOP event in which candidates ship in a horde of supporters to see who can have the largest and loudest crowd. Basically, it's an expensive competition to see who has the most MySpace friends.
And although, Hillary's campaign says that she's still in it to win it, just the mere fact that it's possible for her to skip Iowa this time around means that it's slipping. And frankly, it would be a real surprise with so much of her campaign there and a full organization running with former Governor Tom Vilsack on the ground in Iowa as her strongest supporter, potentially.
Now, I think if Iowans just decided to have a vote instead of caucusing and straw polls, then they wouldn't be nearly as expendable. I think the folks over at misunderestimation.com sum up the situation nicely with this line.
In a race that has already passed into the obscene realm with the amount of money raised and spent, I think it may be a good thing to throttle back a bit on campaign milestones.
So, are there any real winners and losers in this story? Mitt Romney was quick to declare himself the de facto winner of the Ames straw poll, considering his two closest rivals aren't even going to be there.
Romney practically asserts that he's scared off his opposition, and that's why they've bowed out. Meanwhile, Senator John Edwards, who's spent about 40 days already campaigning in Iowa, trying to prove that somebody still loves them, he's likely to be the front runner for the Democrats.
Now, for losers, likely the state of Iowa is the only one to come out on the short end of this bargain. When candidates come to town, they ride in on a river of cold hard cash. For a state, it means rental cars, jobs, hotel rooms. It's an economic infusion, and it's no wonder that more than 20 states right now are attempting to move up their primaries to preempt Iowa and New Hampshire.
It's kind of a small-scale Olympics, really, when you think about it. Anyway, lest you think that Iowa is now completely irrelevant, don't forget about this.
So what do you think? Leave a comment on our website, politicallunch.com. We'd especially like to hear from our Iowa viewers. Do you feel snubbed? Is this what they're talking about out in Ames? What's the deal? Leave us a note. Let us know.
Now, it's interesting to look at Florida, meanwhile, which has been cited as one of the reasons that Giuliani and McCain may be skipping Iowa. Giuliani has been really moving up in the polls there, and he and McCain have a strong shot of winning that state.
At least according to one Zogby poll, Giuliani has a nearly 20-point lead in Florida, one state that is making some serious moves to preempt New Hampshire's first-in-the-nation status.
And as for the GOP in New Hampshire, if you want to really make your head explode, take a look at these. This is from Real Clear Politics, and the average of all campaign polls puts Romney up by about 9 points.
They've done the same with the Democrats, giving Hillary Clinton a solid 12-point lead in New Hampshire over Barack Obama.
Nationally, it's interesting to note that both Giuliani and Clinton are showing about a 9-point lead. However, they're also both trending downward slowly.
Now, on a different subject, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee has been mentioned in recent days as a possible VP candidate for the GOP ticket, but it looks like he has some family baggage that, at least in politics, can get pretty heavy around this time in the campaign cycle. Governor Huckabee's son, David, while just 26 years old, has managed to earn himself a fair bit of less than flattering press.
We'll see if the Huckabee campaign may decide to send him on an extended vacation to Cancun for, say, 500 days or so.
I think he'd like Cancun.
That'd be nice. Lots of parties there.
And finally, we close today with a response from a viewer who left a comment on our report for rocketboom.com last week. B-Man said that he would prefer to never hear the word politician again. We asked him to explain himself.
Over the weekend, we received a very cordial comment from him in response, and he said while he doesn't have a digital camera to use, he would like us to show a little bit of this clip.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
Thanks, B. Well played.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you on Wednesday. In the meantime, don't you dare miss an episode. Check the links below to subscribe.
I feel pretty and witty and bright.